Live bonus feature, eyeliner tutorial.
Start by prepping eye with Prep and Prime MAC Painterly. Next, choose a base color eye. I'm using Yogurt by MAC. Using the color Wedge by MAC, start to crease out the eye. Now choose your cream eyeliner. I'm using e.l.f. Black. Using a 263 MAC brush, dip it into your liner, just getting it on the sides. And starting your wing, I usually start on the outside, going into the eye, taking the pointy part of the brush. I kind of create the line, and then I fix it as I go along. Depending on the desired look, how thick you want this, just keep extending. Wing liner actually takes a little bit of patience. Patience and trying to figure out how you want it to look. This wing is a little higher when she opens her eye. You can actually see that it goes down and up. On this eye, if you wanted a smaller wing, start very little on your liner, making little lines as you go along. Finish the liner on the eye first. Then take it again as we did on the other eye and just gently wing out. This is more like an everyday look, not a night look. And her lashes are so long, they're like affecting the wing. And again, I'm just kind of like creating that wing, attaching it. I'm not adding any more color. Open. And there has a little bit of a wing. Finishing the eye, you can choose whatever outside V color. I'm going to use Blackberry by MAC. And this is on the more dramatic eye. So I'm just following that natural V. And I'm just using little, some people say windshield wipers. I don't like using that word. I just kind of say go back and forth. And that, if you look, that's not blended. So you got to get your trusty 224 MAC is the favorite brush in the world, and just see how that blends it out. Giving a little drama to the eye, I'm going to be using Makeup Forever's Glitter in Diamond. And with this, you just want to press this onto the eye. It's going to fall everywhere, I'm warning you. But I love glitter. And most people love glitter. I hope you do. If it gets on the liner, just take a little of that brush and just kind of like dust it off. You're going to have to dust it off her face too. Open. And it just gives it that little drama to the eye. I don't know if you can see that on film. Close. On the more natural wing, we're going to be using soft brown to make that crease. There's nothing on her lid yet. I'm actually going to use Retrospeck by MAC. And just keeping it like that, you're going to go back and take your trusty 224 and just blend that out. And it's just really natural. And then you're going to take brush and use Retrospeck. So it's going to create a glitter, but not as much as the drama eye. And normally I would do her eyeshadow first before the liner, but I decided to do a little bit of an eye tutorial as well for you guys. Decided to darken this liner. The shadow actually overwhelmed it, so I'm just following exactly what I did the first time. And you can always do this when you're working with shadows. If you get too much on your liner, just go back and fix it. And then it would just be a little more defined. Using Instant Age Rewind in Fair, I'm going to clean up under her eyes. Just going to look at the sky. I'm just going to clean up. And you might have to add more concealer depending on the person's eye, if they have a lot of bags under there or if they're very dark. And this is actually cleaning the shadow too. Using a brush, this one's 225 by MAC, I'm just blending that in. Some people use their finger, some people use a beauty blender. She's young, I don't have to really put it in too much. It just kind of soaked in. Just to clean up. For the more dramatic eye, I'm going to use MAC's Embark with pencil 219. She is someone who doesn't like to go under the eye, so I'm going to try as hard as I can with her. But you just kind of want to blend that into the eye and just create a nice liner under the eye, and then clean up with a Q-tip. I like to have Q-tips nearby and just kind of clean up anything you see. And then that little bit of that glitter that's already on that brush, we're going to go, look up, we're going to go in here, and you can see she's freaking out. And just kind of get a little more glitter in the eye. On the lighter eye, I'm going to use a combination of Mulch and Swiss chocolate. So I'm going to start with the Mulch first. And this is going to stay really close to the eye. So this one you want to really kind of just press. And this, like I said, she does not like this. So I'm trying to get it in here. I didn't get a lot on, but I got a little bit on there. And then I'm just going to darken it a little with the Swiss chocolate. I'm going to try to see if she can relax. And if you have someone who cannot do, they can't handle under their eyes, sometimes I ask them to do it themselves. Now taking my favorite mascara, Lash Out Butterfly Effects by Loreal. Love this mascara. I go through a lot of mascaras. I love L'Oreal's lines. They're actually amazing. She has super long lashes, so I don't have to do lashes on her. Next, what you would do, you would put a natural lash on the natural eye, and then on the drama eye, you would put a nice thick lash. But if you can see, she has a lot of lash. And actually, sometimes they separate, which it's a little bit of a downfall. I probably would add individual lashes in there to create more of a thicker lash. But I'm not going to do that because she'll kill me today. Next, I'm going to be using the MAC Studio Moisture Tint on her face with the stippling brush by Real Techniques. I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. And I'm going to dip my brush in that. I think using a brush on any type of foundation actually makes the skin look more airbrushed. And this one is very hydrating, so you have to really work it into the skin. Where it's really sheer, I wouldn't use a beauty blender. You want to get that on the skin. It's going to give a nice dewy look too. And you can see the difference between this side and this side. This side is more red and this side is more even toned. Star Wars is in the background. I think it's funny. So, and I didn't put any more on my brush. I just kind of took what I had and just went over her face. Next, I'm going to map out her cheekbones using NYX Matte Bronzer. And this color is actually deep tan. She probably could use the medium one, but this is what I have on hand. And I'm actually using the MAC 116. And I'm tapping out the extra. And I'm just kind of like going in her natural cheekbone. And I'm not going to really contour her face. I'm just giving her a little bit of color on the temple. Basically not going to make her like bronze because she has light skin. And that's just one side of the face. Her headband just fell. Oops, editing. And like I said, I'm just going in the temple a little. If you have a higher forehead, as Gianna does, you can actually highlight these points and just make it a little bit more dark. It will bring down the hairline. Using MAC Dainty blush, I'm just going to give her a little spice on her cheeks, and she loves this. Just a little bit of a cheeky cheek. She's young. She should have little rosy cheeks. This is a great color because it goes with almost all skin tones. And next I'm going to take a highlighter. Nothing is complete without highlighting. And I'm using MAC Mineralized Porcelain Pink. I don't know if they make this anymore. This might have been. I'm going to highlight her nose. Oh, a little brush fell off, of course. A little bit in her forehead. And then on near her eye, highlight. And you can see how gorgeous that looks. Nothing's blended yet, so bear with the blending. And then I'm going to put a little on her Cupid's bow. Next, I love this brush. It's e.l.f. Kabuki. And I'm just going to take it and actually blend out all of that we just put on. Just to make it look more natural. And I like the feel of this brush. It actually feels really good. And just makes it look more airbrushed. Don't be afraid to go over your foundation or your powders. Now I'm just going to finish her lip, just to finish the look. And I found this and I love the Neutrogena Moisture Smooth Color Stick. And this one's in peach. Don't make that face. And this actually moisturizes too. She has really dry lips. She doesn't listen to me. And then my favorite lip gloss, I'm so glad MAC made this. This is Cream Sheen and Paper Lantern. Love. I also like this with the Japanese Maple Cream Sheen. A little something there. And that's our finished look. So, nighttime.
for watching!